Yeah, so the recording is started. So what I will do is quickly I will go through the functional means chart. Are you able to see my paper? Is it reversed or is it showing correctly? Is the paper is reversed? You can text or somebody can talk, or is it showing? I just need to see whether are you seeing the mirror image or is showing it correctly. Oh, okay. Yeah. So what is not clear? I don't understand. I cannot change the resolution, so I think you have to understand as I talk. That's it, right? So you have to make it out as I talk, right? So what I would do is I will just quickly revise this morphological chart and concept evaluation, because I think people still have some confusion, or many seems to have that confusion. Okay. As far as objective and function tree, I think most of you are very clear. I don't find any major flaws. Whereas in the function tree, many are only listing the functions. Yeah, don't put. Yeah, who is putting Abhishek Kumar and all? You have to mute it. So don't put your mic on. It will create echo. Yeah. So the point is. Objective and function tree, most of you are clear, but only thing is in the function tree many are not showing the sequence. So you have to show the sequence either as arrows, or you can put numbered thing, whatever it is. I'm not worried about the form, whether it is a tree diagram or a mind mapping diagram or whatever, but there should be an information of what should be the first function, and then from there where it goes and something. Most of you who took dust problem has never put dust as input to your material. If there is dust is not going in, how the dust can get accumulated. Okay, so that's a very minor thing with respect to function. But morphological chart, which I'm now showing now here, I think many people have a confusion. Now, if you see here, what I show as it is a table structure. Okay, so this is primarily a table structure. So you have functions written as rows. Functions written as rows, means or ways written on the column. Okay, so all your rows should be functions. So that means the actions that you do on the product or the product does, and the means is on the columns. Let's say, for example, I'll take the same example which I have given in the WhatsApp. Suppose if you have a water bottle, I mean the problem statement is involving some water bottle. What could be the two functions of the water bottle? First, you have to open the water bottle, right? So you have to open the water bottle. The second one is how the water will flow out. So the flowing out of water or taking the water is, let's say, the second function. You can have many more such functions. But do you understood the row, first row, all this or all row headers or all functions? So that means in this, all what you get will be only functions. Now each function can be done, can be achieved, can be attained by a different means, different ways. Like for example, opening of the water bottle can be based on a turning of a cap. So you may have a cap which you have to just turn it, or it can be a press down. So you may have a kind of a closure which you have to probably press down. You can also have a stopper which you have to pull up. So you can build it. I'm not saying you should have only three. You can think of that the same action can be done by many number of things. Okay. One can even say that I will have an Alexa mode of opening. So I will just talk to water bottle and I'll say open the water. This is especially like for example, think of a physically challenged person who is not able to move his arms. Okay, who is not able to move his arms, then he cannot use any of these because all of these are manual. Okay, so if you are deciding water bottle for them, then probably they have to only talk, and by their voice, they should open the water bottle. Is it clear? So for this function, you can have a different means. Similarly, the flowing of water also you can have a different mean. Like very typical is the open edge. The first way is open edge, like how we typically do for a water bottle. The second way that you can have is that you can insert a straw and then suck through the straw. So this is a suction through a straw inserted in the water bottle. The third one is again suction mechanism, but using the straw that is there inside the water bottle. Okay, so for all these functions, you have to list different means. Now, what it comes to as a product concept solution or a concept solution or product is different combinations of what you have in this morphological chart. This was missing. Many people took that this is one product. You took this is one product, this is one product, and this is one product. This is not a product. Okay, so if you clearly look into your answer sheet, you had put one sketch here, one sketch here, one sketch here, as though this entire first column is one product, entire second column is one product, and an entire third column is one product. It is not like that. You can pick any of these combinations and make a product. For example, one would be this kind of combination where I have written as it is R1C1 plus R2C2. When I say R1C1 plus R2C2, what I mean is R1C1 is like having a cap. Okay, that means R1 is this first function, C1 is the first mean. So R1C1 is this box, so that means it is this one, plus R2C2, flowing of water is by a straw inserted. So that means it is these two. So you can combine these two and make one concept, make one product. You can make another product like R1C1 plus plus R2C3 or R2C3, let's say. So this is still here, but you can have this straw from inside as a product. So do you understood? You can these are all conceptual solutions. Yes, so as somebody has put on text, these are all conceptual solutions. So that means you can combine a function and a mean and arrive at different conceptual solution. When you describe this conceptual solution, just see it to that your constraints are satisfied and you are able to have that objective also. Like for example, if you say that a person cannot, I mean, like say a physically challenged person, he cannot press down or pull up. And suddenly for flowing of water, you are saying that he has to insert a straw. Now that is not possible. If a person is able to insert the straw manually, and in the first case you are saying that he does not arm movement, so you cannot do any of this, then that's a contradiction. So you got the point? It's not all combinations will work out. Some combinations might work out. Similarly, for example, if you say I will turn the cap, okay, or I will press down, let's say for example, can you press down the cap and have a straw from inside? So if you press down the cap and a straw from inside, then that means here you are making an assumption that the straw should project out. So the straw should project out when you press down the cap. So that means this should have been there in your consideration like this. Or when you press down, how are you going to insert the cap, insert the straw? If you are going to insert the straw when you press down, then that means you are saying that there should be a central hole. Do you recollect when you press down, there are two types of holes can be created. One is differential hole that you can see in your water bottle, or you are pressing the circumference and then creating a central hole. Only when you create a central hole, you can insert a straw, right? If you create a circumferential gap, then you cannot insert a straw. So that means some combinations will not work out, some combinations can work. So the idea is you have to write the functions and write the means and come with at least 3 different types of concept solution. So these concept solutions are also the products of your problem statement from this chart. So the solution that you get should be on this chart. It is here you can sketch. It is here you can sketch and show that each of these are taken from which of these means. So you can sketch your product at this stage and then show how you have used this chart to arrive at this combination and can describe one or those things. Is this clear to all? Any doubt? Somebody can unmute and also talk. Any doubt? Any doubt? Can I go for, yeah, if there is any doubt, anyone can unmute and ask. So is this clear now? What is morphological chart? So this is your morphological chart. Based on your morphological chart, you are arriving at the concept solution or the possible products that you think of. Now, what is required is, the next is the product comparison that I am showing here. So is this clear? This is called a concept evaluation. This is where every column is one concept, one product. Like for example, if you see, this is one concept. This itself is one product. This complete column one product. This complete column is one product. Now, here is what you should have criteria like cost, effort, efficiency, something like that. Okay. Many of you in the function chart, you are having efficiency. Function means chart, you are having efficiency. Efficiency is not a function. Efficiency is a performance parameter or a criteria with which you will compare. So in the morphological chart, in this chart, please do not have efficiency. Efficiency, cost cannot come in this chart. This is not possible. Because efficiency, cost, whether it is easy to handle, whether it is environmental friendly, all these are not functions. These are all actually the criteria for you to compare the product. So all such criteria, like for example, environmental, should morphological be in paragraph? No. Morphological chart is it's a table. That's it. Okay, you need not describe. If you want that you need to highlight on some function, or if you think like highlighting some function will help you, then you can add it as a paragraph also. But don't make it very big, or don't make it like I'm okay with bullet points. That's what I would say. Let it be precise and stick to point. Now, in the concept evaluation, you should have criteria. Now, here your criteria can be cost, efficiency, environmental. So that means these criteria can be cost, efficiency, environmental friendly, recycling. All these things can be the concept. Now, in this table, your first thing should be weightage. Okay. So first thing should be weightage. What it means by weightage is, now let's say for example, all these criteria cannot be of equal weightage. For example, somebody cost might be a greater weightage than the availability of materials. For someone, safety is very important. Suppose if I have safety, somebody will say, no, I want to have topmost priority for safety. Okay. So that means we need for criteria, we need to add some weightage. You need not worry about weightage that somebody else gives for the same criteria. Now, for someone, we can, for someone, cost could be a weightage. For someone, safety could be a more weightage. Or this can also be depending on the problem statement. Like for example, let us say water bottle. Now, water bottle, suppose if you are designing for a child, suppose if you are designing for a 1 year or a 2-year-old child, then you will be very you will be very particular with the safety. Okay, you will be very, yeah, who is that put on that mic? Please switch off the mic. Yeah, so that means suppose if you are choosing a product for a child, so that means probably you will be very safe. Okay, you will not probably worry about the cost there, right? You will be more worried about whether is a product safe for a use by a child, right? So don't think that the criteria weightage will be same. The criteria weightage can change depending on the problem statement and also on the and so also how you see the product. So this is the weightage column. So the next column, this is not mandatory for all. This existing, where I have written it as existing product. Existing product, most of the times you will be able to find an existing product. I think someone has put on the mic. Yeah, just a minute. Let me put off. Somebody put on the mic. Not sure. Okay. So the existing. Are you able to hear me properly? Are you able to? Are you able to hear me properly? Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting a hissing sound. Just a minute. I'll just mute it and get it back. Okay. So I think now it's gone. So the point is, this is the existing product. Now, in most cases, you will have an existing product. Okay, it's not like you are going to have a product which nobody else have created it. If that is the case, that is a different issue. But it is, if you have an existing product, like say if I even take a water bottle, I have a standard water bottle, right? That standard water bottle I will have in this column, and the next three columns are the solutions or the products that I have thought of as part of my project, or as part of my problem statement. Is it clear? So for the same problem statement, you can have an existing product and you will also have the concepts that you have generated. This existing product might be there in most of our cases. In a very few cases, this column might not be there. So is the structure clear for concept evaluation? You need to have a criteria column, you need to have a weightage column, you need to have an existing product, and the columns for the concepts or the products that you have arrived at. It can be any number of columns. If you have 3 products, 3 columns, 4 products, 4 columns. Now what you should do is, the existing product should be compared with this criteria and you should put some marks. Now this weightage I have put on a scale of 0 to 1. So weightage I have put on a scale of 0 to 1. This is just for my simplicity. Okay. But that does not mean that you need to have a weightage between only 0 to 1. You can even have weightage between 0 to 10. Whereas in these 3 columns, in the existing product concept solution, over in this part, my numbers are between 0 to 10 I have put. 0 means this product is not having the criteria, or the criteria is completely in negation. Okay. So for example, if I use a plastic water bottle as my standard product, suppose if I write here as plastic water bottle, and if I say that it is environment friendly, now probably I want to give here mark 0 because I think that plastic water bottle are not at all environment friendly. So my standard plastic PP water bottle against an environmental friendliness, I will put the mark as 0. But my criteria will be 1. I want this to be a very top criteria. Okay, but the existing product has scored the marks of just 0. Is it clear? It is just marks of 0. So that means my existing water bottle is not at all able to satisfy this criteria. Okay. So weightage cannot be 0. That I made a mistake. So please make sure you cannot put any criteria and say that weightage is 0. If you say weightage is 0, that means the criteria itself is not required. Weightage is a number between 0 to 1. It can be 1 or any decimal number also is possible. So I'm, like, say for example, effort, I'm not taking this as a very great criteria, so I have just put 0.5. Whereas cost, so that means how far it is cheap, I have put it as 75. So I want it to be important, but not as important as safety and environmental friendliness. So I have put 0.75, something like that, right? So this is the marks I have put for each of these concepts. So the marks I can put from 0 to 10, or you can put from 0 to 100. It is up to you how you want to put. So you have to fill up this table. And at the end of this table, you have to multiply the mark and the weightage and then add here. So this is like weighted sum that you will arrive. Is it clear? So you will multiply your mark and the weightage for all these criteria and then arrive at the final score. Is it clear? Then you will arrive at the final score. So let's say this I will put it as also 0.5. So that means 10 into 0.5 plus 5 into 0.5 plus 10 into 0.75. Let's say 1 into 1 plus 0 into 1. This will be the total score for your existing product. Similarly, you will get the total score for your concept 1, concept 2, concept 3. Whichever is getting the highest score, that means it is able to satisfy all the criteria to its weightage. What do you think will be the maximum score? Suppose in this table, what is the maximum score that any product can have? What is the maximum score do you think the product can have? 50, 10, how 50? So the maximum score somebody can have is if all the products gets 10. Suppose if I give 10, 10, 10, 10, something like this, and then multiply it with the weightage. So if you multiply the weightage and the maximum score, that is the total maximum that any product can have. Okay. But having said so, this is a very theoretical maximum. None of your products might possible to get a theoretical maximum. Is it, and the second question, suppose your existing product gets a total score of, like, say 40. Okay, and your concept solutions are getting score as 30, 35, 37. Is that acceptable? Your existing products get a maximum score of 40, and the 3 concepts that you have developed getting a score of 30, 35, 37. Is that acceptable? You got my question? Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. So, yeah, good. So, you have understood. So, that means if you have an existing product itself 40 and you have made a product which is less than that, then that means all your products are wrong. That means all your solutions are not possible only. You can go with the existing product itself, right? So, 2 things, you will have one theoretical maximum score, and it need not be all your solutions should be greater than your standard available product, but there should be at least one solution which is having 42. Suppose if there is 40 is your example standard product, your solutions are 30, 35, 42. Obviously, then 31 is ruled out, 35 is ruled out, 42 has to be picked up. Is that clear? And preferably, or your concept solution should have more than that, but you need not worry if one of your concept solution or a few of your concept solution has become lesser than the standard solution. But the final recommendation, suppose if you are recommending concept 3 as your final solution, then you have a number which is greater than your standard existing product. Now, when I say standard existing product, The standard existing product can be a product which is already available in a market, or which could be a demo type product which some company is already introducing, something like that. Okay, this is something with which you want to compare. Okay, it need not be something that is available in the market. Like for example, it could be a to be launched. Suppose if your problem statement is involving cell phone, then this could be also be a to be launched cell phone. But instead of if you take here to be launched cell phone, then this is quite challenging for you. That's all. It will become very challenging for you. Okay. So the good tips or the guideline is you always take this as not to be a product that will come to market. You take a product which is very well available in the market. Okay, which is available in the market. So I hope is this clear, but I'll just take the questions which is there on the chat. I think I can mute the sorry, I'll switch off the audio now, video now. So I'll just take the questions from the top. Yeah, morphological chart should be does the diagram or sketch is compulsory? So there is nothing like compulsory. It is all how you view. In morphological chart, there are people who have shown the means by sketches. Okay, for every function or for a function, they have shown the means by sketches. So it is not like this to be required or that to be required. It is how you want to make the other end person, whoever is reading your document. It's not necessarily me. Suppose think as if you are going to present this to some company or somewhere else. How can you convey your idea better? If you think only words are sufficient, then stick to words. If you think sketches makes your idea better, then you need sketches. Examples, I think I'm not going to give ready-made examples. I think you can all share your own morphological charts that you have prepared as part of assignments or of CIA, and I think that itself is an example. I don't like to spoon feed with so many examples. So that's not possible for me. I have answered what is a developmental. I have answered this question of Shavani. If your product is developmental design of an existing product, can we have existing? Yeah. So Shavani's question is, if our product is developmental design of an existing product, can we have the existing product column? Existing product column, you stick to the product that is readily available in the market. Okay, existing product column, let be something that is there now, that is being sold now. Your concept solutions can be a developmental hypothetical product also. Right? So your concept solutions can be an hypothetical product. The guideline is existing product. Let us have an existing product which is now available in the market. Okay, it might not satisfy all the criteria, so it may get many of the scores 0. That is okay. So that is the least product that you can think of for your problem statement. That's all. The other question I get more is existing table necessary for new products yet not arrived? So I think Nanda's question is existing table necessary for new products yet not arrived? I think I have answered this question, right? It is not based on your concept solution. This existing product is based on the problem statement, right? For your problem statement, there will be some product, right, that is already available in the market. It might not be having your concept solution. Like for example, you might make a product, as I said, a water bottle which will open using Alexa. Now this is not available probably in market. I do not know if it is available in market. But how to carry water so that I can drink it whenever I am thirsty? If this is my problem statement, water bottle is an answer for that. You understood? Water bottle is an answer for a problem statement. Like if I want to take water and carry with me and then be able to drink it, right? So existing product is anything that is related to your problem statement. it is nothing to do with your concept solution. How many concept solution mandatory is at least 3 you should have. So 3 concept solutions are mandatory. I think for the assignment, I have already put the Word document in the Google Classroom. So you can go back and check. Maybe under the classwork tab, I think you can see the classwork tab. I have put the guideline. Only thing now what is going to change is the marks is going to be for 50 marks. That means your report itself will be carried for 50 marks. There we are not going to have a presentation. So that is not going to be there. You can still write your report instead of typing. If you do not have access for a computer, you need not worry. It can be a completely handwritten report. All I'm saying is just make sure you take proper photographs. Some of you, when you presented your answers in CA3, I was not able to even look into that figure. You should know how to take a proper photograph with proper lighting or direction and then put it. You cannot put photograph in a Word document which just occupies only 1/4 of your Word document. Then I cannot see. So you can write it as pages and then make it as a PDF using some app available in your mobile and then also upload. Only thing is that first page format that I have given, you please follow it. So the first page format also I have given. I hope if you go to the classroom session, you are or the classwork tab session, I have uploaded all these things. Okay, so I think you will be able to see that, right? Anything else? Any other question? So to engineering project, engineering design particular, I have put the guidelines. I have put what should be the document structuring. What and all are the essential features. So you need to have a problem statement, objective tree, function means matrix, which is morphological product. Obviously, function tree should be there. Concept solution, evaluation of concept. Evaluation of concept is what I have told today. Concept solution is what you will get it from your morphological chart and your recommended solution, right? Any doubt? I didn't get what is your, should we do on PPT or no, not on PPT, it should be a Word document. Okay. What topics to be included in the report? Please go back and see the Word document. It is already clear. Can you give overall structure of the conceptual solution heading? I have already given, right? Overall structure of a conceptual solution is just criteria, weightage, existing product, and then concepts 1, concept solution 1, concept solution 2, that's all. What should be the criteria that you should use? That depends on the problem statement that you have, right? The criteria need not be same. The columns are just the criteria, weightage, existing product or existing solution, and then concept solution 1, concept solution 2, concept solution 3. These are that's it. Yeah, that is what is concept evaluation. That's all. For concept solution, there is nothing like heading. Okay, concept solution, there is nothing heading. Concept solution is from the functional means chart, what function and what means did you combine and arrive at the concept solution. So you can describe your concept solution. The concept solution 1 is made up of this means for this function and then another mean for another function. So that means my water bottle consists of a cap that can be turned for opening the water bottle, and the water is sipped using a straw that is inserted into the water bottle after opening the cap. That is something like that. You have to write and then you can just draw the sketch of that. That's it. Okay. So any other question? Function structure and function tree are same, that's all. So function structure and function tree are same. In function structure, just probably there is listing of functions and sub-functions, but in a function tree probably the sequence is also very, very explicitly written. Okay. Shravani has written that that means need not mention, like you can mention, there is nothing wrong. Okay, you can say yeah, put off your mic. Who is that? Abhishek, I think you have to mute. Yeah, Shravani has asked, can she write something like this in concept solution? You can. There is nothing wrong. For example, concept solution 1. I would write like this. My concept solution 1 is made from the following combination of the morphological chart. The combination I have used is R1C1 plus R2C2, something like that. But make sure in the morphological chart you write R1, R2, R3, C1, C2, C3. No, you just please write it, so that when somebody reads it, they can go back and see there. I don't know the question of Pranav. He is asking, in function tree, do we need to draw a flow chart or it can be stepwise? If I understand your question, you are asking how to draw a function tree. It can also be a flow chart. I have even accounted flow chart which people have written. Okay, it can also be stepwise, like algorithm. Okay. It can be an algorithm like how you used to write typically in your computer science, or it can be a flow chart, it can be a tree structure, whatever it is. It is not how you represent that matters in function tree and objective tree. It is what you represent. Okay, that's all. I am not worried about how it is represented. I am worried about what you represented, and are you representing the sequence in the form that you are trying to give me. That's all. Are the concept solutions the one to be included in concept? Yes. So Meera's question, if I understand, she is asking, should my concept evaluation based on concept solution, right? Absolutely yes. So after morphological chart, you will get your concept solution. So that means you will get your hypothetical products, and it is only these products you can compare. Now you are in concept evaluation plus one standard product, whichever is available, right? So your concept solutions you will compare in your concept evaluation. No, when I say morphological chart, it is already the function. The function means matrix cannot be completed without a function tree. Okay, so what I have given as the table of contents in my report is just only a guideline. Like for example, many things I have not included. I have not included what is a survey question. Yeah, please don't put on the mic. If it is, I think you should put it with the headphone on. Right. So what I mean is the guideline that I have given is only overall structure. In fact, many other things I have not included. I have not included what is the survey you took to arrive at your problem statement. What was the responses? What did you identify? How did you identify the constraints? So anything which is beyond this can also be included. Okay. Function tree, please include function tree. When I say function means chart, I have implicitly assumed function tree should also be there. So Nambi's question is answered. And also, if you have taken survey, you please include your survey question. It can be an appendix of your report. You can also include analysis of your survey results. You can give pictures of your survey results. Just don't just give, these are my questions, these are the survey responses. You can even tell what you understood from those responses, or from those responses, how did you arrive at your problem statements, or how did you identify the constraints, something like that. Any other question? Nambi, I think it is clear to you now, right? Right. Any other question? This I do not know. I'll first finish with the design, and then I will come to all your other queries. I'll just finish your design first.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, morphology means the outer parts of a material, sir, but you are telling to write the functions in the rows.
yeah, but this morphology is not that morphology that you know in probably as physics or biology. This
Okay.
morphological chart means is a function means chart. Morphology is what is typically the product is made of. The product is made of by the functions that it has to. Yeah, you can put off. There is a lot of echo. Yeah. So morphology. Let us understand morphology like this. It is not the physical features that you typically study in your biology. Morphology is what makes the product. Now, what will make the product? The product is only made by the functions that it is expected to do. Why it is only made by the functions it is expected to do? Because a product is expected to meet an objective. It is expected to solve a problem, solve a need. Okay. So if it has to solve a need, it is expected to do some functions. And if it is expected to do some functions, there should be some ways, some means by which those functions can be done. So these means describe the morphology of the product. Beyond in the next level, when you go for a detailed design, which we also call it as an embodiment design, then you talk about all other external features. But as of now, in the first stage of conceptual solution, morphology means the morphology would indicate, signify the methods or the means by which functions are coded or functions are packed in the product, which describes that. That's all. The next question, house of quality is not mandatory, okay, but you can include if you have any specifications for your product. Okay, so that would be better. As I said, when you write specification, please at least for your final recommended solution, you can write specification. You need not write for all your concept solution, but write for at least your final recommended solution. You please write your specification. Now, understand specification should have some number, okay, and probably unit if it has a unit system. So you cannot say it has to be long. You have to say it is 20 centimeter long. Is that clear? So specification you can at least include for your recommended solution. The next thing that you can include is probably you can also state what kind of an Kano model approach you are following. Okay, you can take the existing product, okay, and then compare your concept solution on a Kano model structure, and you can say that whether are you in an excitement model or are you kind of a performance model or you are just at the basic satisfactory model. There is nothing wrong in being at basic satisfactory model, okay. uh, so that means it's not like all your concept solution should be only in excitement model or a mode. No, that's not the case. Suppose if you are having a very new problem statement or a need statement, okay, like for example, it may not be something that is available in product as in market. In that case, then probably you are only at the satisfactory level. You may just provide it, that's all, right? So there is no condition that it has to be only an excitement model or a performance model. It is only in due course it will become an excitement model or a performance model. It can also be a basic performance. Okay, so that is okay, right? Yes. So yeah, obviously only when your recommended solution is reached, you will be able to give specification, right? Because you need to say this is your concept solution, and for that concept solution, you can give specification. So anything else? So if there are nothing else, I'll just stop the video and I'll just tell the modalities of how to you submit in the classroom, because I don't think that needs to be recorded. So if there are no questions, are there any other questions? Okay, so I'll assume that there are no questions. I'll just stop this recording.